Hi, Dallas here with ProPhone, and in this video we're going to be going over the Flow Runs area inside of ProFlow. Okay, the Flow Runs area is designed to give you an overview of all the times your automations have ran in the system. It's a detailed log of every single automation that's ran. These are individual records. If you want, or in the table itself, you can see that we have the flow name on the left, the status right here, which is going to be the outcomes of the flow. The start time was going to be when the flow actually ran, or when it was triggered. The duration is going to be how long it took to run that flow. And if we want to organize these flows, or the table itself, we can organize by flow name, status, and even date range. Okay, statuses, I want to go over a few here. Failed means basically there's a step inside of your flow that caused it to fail, which I'll go over how you can see that. Quota exceeded is going to be if you've gone over your 250 task limit that's allotted to you on the free plan. If you're on the Pro plan, which is $30 a month, you have unlimited, you won't see that. Internal error, you won't see that one at all. If you ever do, submit a help and support ticket by clicking on the profile dropdown, click help and support, and then report a bug. But you will never see the internal error status. Paused is going to be if a flow or automation is paused, waiting on something, waiting on a step like a delay step or something like that. Running is going to be there's an active flow automation that's currently running. Succeeded is going to be the outcome was successful. It ran. It worked perfectly fine. Memory limit exceeded. You won't see this. That's programmed by us in the back end. And timeout is going to be if there was a reason that your flow is having problems running. If a step is having problems running, it will throw a timeout error. If it can't run successfully and it's not failed, it's going to throw a timeout. And I'll show you kind of how to avoid the timeout error. So when you're building a flow, down here, make sure you click on retry on failure. It'll try that step again up to 4 times, and that could be connection issues and all kinds of other different reasons, but that is why you would see a timeout error, okay? If you ever have any questions over that, or any concerns, or you're seeing it in your account a lot, let me know. Just submit a support ticket and we'll see if we can't, resolve it together. Let's go back to the runs area. Now, if you select your flows, any one of these in the system or any one of these in the flow area, you can click on retry and you'll get 2 different retry options. You've got on latest version, which would be basically the most up-to-date version of the flow that you've edited. That if you want to rerun the whole thing, you can. And then you have from failed step. You click on that. From that failed step on, it'll run that automation from there to complete it out for you. If the failed step is the last one, it's just going to run that last step for you to complete it out and mark it succeeded. If you have multiples selected and some of those are succeeded, clicking on retry will not give you the failed step because there's not a failed step in some of these that you've selected. It has to be a failed status indicator here to retry on failed step. But yeah, like I said, when you rerun this, you're going to rerun the entire thing on the latest up-to-date version of the flow itself. Okay, and a good example of when that would happen is, let's say I've updated a flow to now add another piece or to add some different information, different dynamics or whatever, and I want to rerun the ones I've done. I can click on these and just click retry and updated on latest version, and it will go ahead and rerun that entire automation. I hope that makes sense. All right. Now let's open one of these up and I'll show you what it actually looks like. So when you open the flow or flow run up, it'll open up the actual preview here and you can see each step that ran. You can see the data that was inside of it as well. Okay, you can expand it here. Okay, same thing, click on each one, you can see it, see outputs, inputs, everything. Now the failed step here, it'll show me why. No inbox was found. That's because I used a manual inbox or a manual phone number that I do not have in my phone system, so it caused that step to fail, which is fine. I planned on it. I did that on purpose for the videos that I'm making. But yeah, if you want to, you can see the full build out of each step by clicking on it as well, including the trigger. And you can even edit the flow and see all the other runs that's happened with it. You can switch between them. All right. And you can even edit the flow after you've identified what the problem is, fix it, and then update, click publish to update it, come back here again, and you can go back to the runs area, click on the select, and then basically you can retry from failed step, and it will run it from that failed step, okay? You can also delete multiple, so if I select all these here and click delete, it'll delete them permanently from the system, okay? And I can never get those back. Keep that in mind. Once you delete those records, you cannot get them back again. It's just how, it's if you want to clean up some of your runs inside of the runs area, that's all. So I'm going to delete the rest of them here because I used them for examples. And that is it. That is the Flow Runs area. If you guys have any questions, you can submit a support ticket to us directly by clicking on, like I mentioned earlier, click on the profile dropdown, click on Help and Support, and then click on, submit a support ticket, feature request, report a bug. Anyways, those are your options. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the platform, and I will see you in the next one.